People say Petr Yan got robbed against Sean O'Malley, but if you watch the fight and score it correctly, Sean winning is not controversial at all. Before we even get into this, you have to understand that damage matters more than control, always. Let's just get into it and start with round 1 because this is already where the narrative gets skewed. Yan does what he always does, applies pressure, stays in your face, which in a close fight like this makes it seem like he's doing a lot more than he really is. But pressure isn't scoring, what matters is strikes that are landing. Either people forget or they really just don't care because it is the hardcore thing to be a Petr Yan fan. O'Malley was managing distance really well in this first round. He was staying just outside of Petr's range, picking his shots and wasn't forcing exchanges, landing quick combos as Petr would step in. Counters were sharp. Overall, Sean just looked really good on the feet this round. Every time that Petr would think he set something up in this round, Sean would throw a flurry and simply not be there for the return. When Petr tried to close the distance, O'Malley beat him to it. Don't get me wrong, Petr Yan lands in this round too, but he definitely lands the less clean and less effective strikes. Suga's shots were definitely cleaner, and they were popping the head back of Yan a little bit. And no, not all striking is equal. Clean beats busy 9 times out of 10. There's also a speed and timing difference. Sean is getting his punches and getting his combos off first in 99% of these exchanges. We know Petr Yan is very boxing heavy. He comes from a traditional boxing background. Sean is a lot more evasive on the feet than Petr, I would say, just because Petr just basically walks forward and is pretty flat-footed. Of course, he is elite, he's the current champion, but the kind of flat feet is from his boxing background. That being said, he was just kind of in range enough for O'Malley to hit him way more, and when he would throw at Sean just simply wouldn't be there. Even if they did hit him, they didn't hit him fully. Petr was definitely there to be hit more cleanly more often. So the traditional boxing guard of Yan, where you just kind of sit there and hold your hands up to not get hit, looks worse for judges than a guy like O'Malley that's actively whiffing and moving out of these shots, even if they're grazing him a little bit. It looks like less damage. It looks like you're doing more to avoid them because you are. So when you actually score the first round effectively, who landed more and more damaging strikes? It was Sean. And there's not really a debate. I know you're thinking, but the takedowns from Yan. The thing is, he doesn't do anything significant with them. There's no ground and pound landed, there's no submission attempts, there's no real control time, there's no dominant top position. He would get Sugar down, and Sugar would be up within 7 seconds. There were no meaningful sequences with the grappling that changed the way I look at it at all. Under modern MMA scoring, takedowns are only taken into scoring if they lead to effective offense. Petr was actively initiating the grappling because he knew he wasn't winning on the feet. Petr shoots, Sugar gets up, they reset, repeat. If neither fighter is doing anything on the ground, then we go back to the striking, and like I said, Sean clearly edged that. Round 2 is also straightforward. I'm not going to spend much time on this because I'm trying to judge and talk about the controversial moments, and in my eyes, round 2 is a clear Petr Yan round. This is where Petr actually turns the pressure into effective scoring. Yan was able to dictate the distance way better in the second round. O'Malley was more defensive in this round because of the adjustments that Yan made. His clean counters and beating Petr to the punch were definitely less frequent this round, which the less effective striking from Sean and the more effective everything from Petr is why Petr won this round clearly. But in terms of Petr Yan winning this fight, after this second round is where this narrative takes a fucking nosedive. In round 3, both guys actually come out and rock each other pretty early, although I definitely feel like O'Malley did handle the damage better. So yes, Petr rocked O'Malley early. O'Malley controlled the majority of the round, landed that huge knee that split Petr open that really was just the nail in the coffin for me. I don't know how this round's a debate. I mean, the striking numbers were 40-15 in favor of O'Malley in this final round. Apart from the early on exchange where Sugar rocks Petr and then Petr rocks Sugar, Sugar was in total control of this round. Of course, them rocking each other kind of evens out, but then O'Malley almost drops him again late after the knee. Sean's best moments clearly caused Petr to hesitate re-engaging in this round, which is weird because O'Malley took this on short notice and looked like the better, fresher fighter in the third round. So 29-28 O'Malley is the correct score in my book. If you're uneducated and view grappling, ineffective grappling, that highly, I guess you can give this fight to Petr somehow. But hey, That's the beauty of MMA. Everybody can score it differently. To me, this is how the fight should be scored. I've been watching this sport for a long time. I've seen a lot of close fights, a lot of things. I'm pretty intelligent. I know how these fights are scored. It definitely was a close, competitive fight between two of the division's best, but it was not a fucking robbery. For me, this is similar to O'Malley versus Song Yadong, where somehow people think Song won that fight because of ineffective grappling. Even then, Song had more effective grappling against Sean than Petr and still clearly lost. You guys need to understand, these little tiny 10-second grappling sequences don't equal getting beat up on the feet. Like, dude, I'm fucking sorry. That's just not valued the same. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this. Feel free to share your opinion. Of course, this is just what I think, but it's your boy Outlaw. Peace.